Hey guys, Coach Vic here. Today I'm going to show you quickly the way I like using the foam roll. It's a great tool to use before your training and sometimes even before bed as well. The way I like to start on is on my main muscles or the muscles that I know that are going to be sore and tight the most. So the first is going to be the glutes. So from here, all what I'm doing, I'm going to be sitting on it, okay? And start checking and just rolling up and down and see how it feels. If you feel there's any tension already and then I'm not able to breathe, then I'm going to just stay there and try to breathe through the movement, very little, very gentle, okay? If you say, I feels pretty good to me, there's not much of the pain, there's not much stiffness in this area, then what you can do is just cross your leg on top of the other one, still folding towards that side. And from there, the same process, we're just going to start rolling. The more extension through your muscle and through your glutes in this case, then the better. Okay, so I'm starting here. Eventually, then I would just start moving little by little towards each direction. So it doesn't really matter. Let's say towards the right side. So I start moving towards the right side, and then eventually towards the left side. So when I'm getting closer to the PFL muscle, what I'm doing, I'm bringing my legs straight, and from there, I just simply letting and supporting on my elbow to make sure I don't feel uncomfortable. So it's a really good time for you to focus on breathing and doing the movement. So if you can, every time you are going up, you're inhaling. Every time you're exhaling. Okay. Once I finish through the side of my leg, let's say maybe I want to target a bit lower, then I start going over that side. Then into my thighs, of course, that would be the next option to go to. So gently, or what I'm doing, I'm start rolling towards the facing down to the mat, and from here, I would just start rolling again. For males, we gotta be more into the edge of the foam roller, so we can actually target in a better way our hip flexors. Okay, hip flexors are usually very tight, and again, if you are not feeling much doing this movement and supporting, the other option you can do is just bringing the leg up. And if you can hold it, hold it. If you have a belt, use the belt as well. And from here, you start feeling a bit of an uncomfortable sensation if you have any tension. Okay, if you have any tension. Once you've done this, then I'll obviously try to go even lower. So I make sure I get all the way down to my thighs. They usually get tight as well for lunges or for squats or just general activities if you have to go up and down all the time. Okay. Lastly, I would just focus on my hamstrings and obviously my calf. So the way I'll do that is I'll just literally place the foam roller and then again I'll try and see how it feels. If I'm just bringing the leg and I'm supporting with the opposite leg, then great. I'll just start moving forward and back. If perhaps then is not feeling much tension, but you know that they are tight, what you can possibly do is cross your leg one on top of the other one, and then just freestyle, like do not support your heel into the ground, and then just keep doing it. Okay. Lastly, just to finish here, all what we're doing, working again, as I say, on your calf. The way we're gonna work on this, again, just let it roll up and back. If you're feeling that it's not enough tension, but you still know that because you do a lot of skipping, a lot of running, they are going to be tight and tense, then what you can do is just, again, cross the leg on top of it. Okay, so that would be it for your lower body. Lastly, I'll do this at the very end. I'll literally stand on the foam roll, and I'm just going to pretty much step on it, try to get a bit of a pressure. If you're good with balance, and also if you want to try to challenge yourself, or you can do just try to bring both feet on and just roll and try to maintain that into so it's really good for a massage into your legs, into your foot as well. On my upper back, or let's say generally my back, look, if it's my lower back, I would try not to go and not put too much pressure into it. Okay, usually when we feel lower back pain or soreness or stiffness, it's more related to your glutes, generally speaking. But also could be related to your lats. So your lats, we all in the body, we are all covered through fascia, and this fascia, what it does, sometimes they tense or they contract in order to protect. So that will happen mostly into the glutes because it's the biggest muscle or the muscle that we predominantly used. But it also could happen to your lats. Okay, so sometimes when the lower back is hurting, doesn't mean the problem necessarily is there. All right, so many reasons to have a look at that. But anyways, the way I like to jump into this, then I'm just going to start by simply bringing my upper back, mid back And then I'm gonna either way just hurt myself and then start rolling up and back again. I would not go to my lower back unless it's like just for support. It's just very chill. And then I'll start finding any spot that might be uncomfortable or sore already. Another option would be just bringing your hands under your head or your neck for extra support, especially if you have like a big head like me. So that would be great for extra support. And from there, just simply you start rolling up and back. Then once you find a spot, please stay there for about 40 seconds, just chilling, very gentle. Again, breathing is very important when you're doing this movement because you want to release that tension, and using the breathing is a great process to get into it. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to jump into my lats on my back. And from here, again, this area is particularly sore because of the amount of training that we do, and we barely bring your arms over her for stretching unless you're doing like a yoga class or something. I'm staying there for a few seconds, and eventually I'll start rolling again towards my pecs, which usually they're always very tense. Okay, so from here, all what I'm doing again is just going forward and back, finding for any spot that you might require attention into it. Again, if you find no spots, that's a good sign. And from here, gently, all we'll be doing fast. It will be going into my abdomen area. It's a great way to release if you have lower back pain, and also just to release all the muscles through your core. So the way I'll do it, I simply just let myself go, bring that into my belly, find a spot that is going to be a bit higher than your hips, more to your waist, and from there, gently, all what I'm doing, I just let it go fully, resting head into my arms, and I'm just going to stay there for again an extra 40 seconds. Alright guys, just to work on your forearms, okay, there is also another option to not use the foam roll, and all simply what I'm doing, I'm going to support with the opposite hand, and from there I'm going to bring my hand down, supinated position, and from here I'm going to bring the opposite knee to just gently massage, okay. This movement needs to be very gentle, and avoid putting too much pressure onto it, otherwise it's going to be very uncomfortable. Very gentle movement to do to release a bit of tension through your forearms that you can do on either way. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed, and let me know how you go. Please comment below.